Hey there YouTube, I've got a battle. This is with a different deck. This is Gardygoth. It's definitely different than any of the other decks you've seen me play. It's a slow, kind of kinky setup deck, but this thing can be downright dirty when it gets going. We're going to see that I draw into a hand with a Gothita, a Ralts, a Gardevoir, and a bunch of Psychic and a Juniper. So not the best hand, but we're going to have to go with it. So we'll see what he leads off with. Hopefully I'll hit into some better cards. He's going to get to go first. And he leads with the Terrakion. This is really nice. Terrakion's slow and fat, so hopefully we're going to be able to get stuff set up. He's going to attach an Eviolite to it. And he's going to play a dual ball. So he's going to get one head, and he's going to roll double twos on it, so he's going to get to search his deck for 2 Pokemon. It's quite nice. And we'll see what he gets. He's going to grab a Tornadus and a Cleffa. So it looks like he's kind of playing something, you know, like Troll or something kind of like that deck that was really popular in California and over there in the West. He's now going to punt his hand away. And just a couple interesting notes about this deck. I've just been messing around. I'm actually running 2 Pichu and 2 Collector, as opposed to, you know, the standard 4 Collector. It's worked okay, although I think I probably actually personally prefer 4 Collector and 2 Pichu in this deck. So he's going to be able to attach the Fighting Energy, and he's probably going to pass at this point. He's already played a Supporter and Energy and everything. So we're going to draw, and we're going to hit another Ralts, which is nice, but, you know, not really what we need. I'm going to attach the Psychic to Gothita, and at this point, I'm pretty sure I have to Hypnotic Gaze to try and buy myself some time. So we're going to do that. He's asleep now, so there's a 50% chance he won't be able to do anything to me next turn. Kind of nice. He does wake up, though. That's basically the story of using Hypnotic Gaze, is that everyone wakes up turn 1. Now, the other thing to note is that he won't actually be able to necessarily knock me out outright with this turn. He only can do 30 damage, which, you know, won't kill me. But it is putting pressure on me to play the Juniper in my hand. So now he's going to look for a Zoroark, which is kind of weird. I'm not really sure. I guess this is Troll. I guess Troll has played Zoroark before. It's just not really a deck I'm as familiar with. So it's going to provide for an interesting matchup, because I don't think he's very familiar with this deck either. It's not exactly the most played deck in the universe. So I'm going to take 30 damage off the Retaliate, and we hit another Gothita, which is nice. I'm going to attach to this one just in case, and we're going to Juniper. This sucks because we only run 2 Gardevoir, but we need to draw cards now, and I do run a Super Rod. So we hit the Candy and the Gothitelle. This is going to be good. I'm going to be able to get set up here. I'm going to have to pass this turn, however, simply because I don't have the energy attachments in order to get this guy going quite yet, or the Gardevoir that you need to be able to double your energies. I'm going to pass here for that reason, and you know, we'll see what he can do. If he attaches another energy, he's going to be 10 HP away from knocking me, or he's going to be 10 damage shy of knocking me out, which is nice, but at the same time, you know, he's putting immense amounts of pressure on me doing that. So he's going to be forced to retaliate for 30 more. And now this is the point where you have to wonder what is the right play. I'm going to just punt here. I'm not even going to play the Mewtwo or the catcher. I know that he can retaliate and kill this Gothitelle, and I need it around a little bit longer. So we do hit a Curlier, which is really nice. And I also hit 2 communications. I think I'm going to play one of those communications to get in a Gothita from a, or Gotharita from a Gothita rather. That way I will be able to use this EXP share and then hit with Gothatel next turn by communicating out the Mewtwo EX. I'm now gonna Mad Kinesis, or be able to get out, you know, either one. I'm gonna Mad Kinesis here. So that's gonna be able to do a decent chunk. I think that's gonna be 90 on this Terrakion, and you know, he doesn't have any other energy on the field, so if he can't knock me out this turn, I'm gonna be in pretty good shape. So I think he did the math wrong there. Oh, nope, he has the Eviolite, that's right. Okay, so he takes 70 due to Eviolite. Kind of sucks, but at the same time, you know, that's why Eviolite's a good card. If he doesn't have the energy, though, I'm going to be able to start taking KOs and steamrolling. I maybe should have played the Rescue there instead of the regular Psychic, but here we see that he's only going to be able to retaliate again. And at this point, I'm going to attach the Rescue. I'm going to communicate out Mewtwo EX. And we're going to get out, if it's not prized, the second Gardevoir. Unfortunate. Oh, there it is. Whew! That would have been just bad. So we're going to get out Gardevoir, and now we're going to be able to Mad. Let me spell Kinesis. I'm an awful speller. Kinesis. So that's going to be able to, I'll be able to take a prize card doing that, and I hit an energy, which is nice. So now I'm going to have a continuous stream of Gothatels, and I'm just going to pretty much, I think I'm going to be able to win from this point, honestly, just because it's going to be really hard for him to deal with these two Gothatels. He doesn't really have any energy on the board. He's promoting Cleffa, so it's either for free retreat or he's relying on Cleffa flips, which are very, you know, they're flippy. So he's going to attach to his Tornadus, which makes me think that he is, you know, going to Eek. But he plays Twins, which is something I didn't really expect for him to play in this deck. You know, I figured that Troll is kind of a faster deck, so I'm also not very familiar with it, though, so, you know, it just kind of proves the unfamiliarity we have with each other's decks. So I don't know what in the world he's going to grab right now, actually. And, you know, this is kind of one of those situations that can be scary. Like, what is my opponent going to do? I do know that I am, you know, fairly well set up, and even if he does take me out this turn, I will be able to handle myself fairly well. I will have basically 4 energy on my next Gothitelle, which will count as 110 damage. So he's going to Eek here. He's going to roll the 6, so he stays awake, which is big for me. That's going to be another prize card. And now we're going to kind of be in the driver's seat. I get the Collector. Collector is very nice. It's going to thin my deck. It's also going to let me get out a Cleffa for when I need it. So I'm just thinking Cleffa, Gothita, and if I have to pick one more, I feel like the good answer is Mewtwo, because I already have out, you know, he's just a good attacker that doesn't require setup. I only run 1 in here. I'm going to bench Cleffa and Gothita and hold on to Mewtwo. I'm also going to attach the energy to my new Gotharita. And I'm just going to, at this point, Mad Kinesis. So that's going to be able to take out the Cleffa, who failed to stay asleep. And I hit a Punt, which is, you know, another really nice card to hit here. Going to allow me to keep getting out these Gothitels. And he's going to be able to KO me here, but I have a Rescue Energy attached as well as an EXP share. So, and then I also have the EXP share, which allows me to move the energy. So I'm going to promote Cleffa now, just because it has, you know, free stuff going for it. And I draw for turn. I hit the Psychic, which is awesome. I'm going to play it down, evolve into Gothitelle. At this point, I think I'm going to lay down Mewtwo just to have it on the bench. I'm going to Punt. So I do hit another EXP share. I think I'm going to attach this one to Mewtwo. Just because now Mewtwo is a decent revenge killer for this deck. And at this point, Gothitelle is kind of a monster. 3 energy attached really count as 6. And he does 20 extra damage using Mad Kinesis for each energy attached to him. So that's going to be a whopping 150, which will be able to knock out anything on his side of the field. Even with Eviolites. So I'm going to Mad Kinesis here, and that should be a KO. And I draw into the Rare Candy, which is, again, another really nice card to have. Now I wish I had played the EXP share on the Gothita rather than the Mewtwo, but at the same time, I do have a Psychic in hand, and I'm just going to attach that to my Gothitelle, or my Gothita, and I'm going to be able to evolve it. So he's probably going to retaliate here. You know, not that big of a deal. I'm going to be able to take another prize card when he does. And so there's 90. And I think the problem here is that he does not have the ability to match me damage output-wise. I'm going to Rare Candy into another Gothitelle, and I'm going to attach the Psychic to it. Space out my bench here because it's getting a little tight. So now with this Gothitelle, I should be able to preserve, you know, continuous Trainer Lock. And we're just going to Punt to keep the flow of energy coming. I hit a Rescue, which is nice, but you know, it's not going to be the greatest. I also hit Twins, which is useless, but I hit a Catcher, so I'm just going to Mad Kinesis. And that's going to be yet another prize. I'm down to 2 now. And he's going to promote Zoroark. I don't know why. Zoroark actually doesn't have any Psychic attached to it, so I don't think he'll be able to KO me even. He doesn't actually have the energy to attack with Zoroark either. And truth be told, even if he does get the energy out for Zoroark, I am sitting in such a position where I can probably hit the Psychic and, you know, keep attacking with Gothitelles. And I think that's the reason this deck is so brutal. It's just that, you know, this continuous one-sided Trainer Lock. You usually think a Trainer Lock deck is really slow, but once this one kind of gets moving a little bit, you get the stage 2s out really quickly. He attaches to his Tornadus and passes. At this point, though, I'm just going to attach the Rescue to my Gothitelle on the bench, and I'm going to Mad Kinesis. And that's going to be another KO, even with Zoroark's resistance. It's still 150 damage. So, 1 prize away. Not too much he can do. He promotes Cleffa, but if he goes to sleep, I have the Catcher. So it's pretty much good game from here. See if he eeks. Maybe he has the energy. Nope, he's going to eek. So he stays asleep, and I'm just going to be able to Mad Kinesis for game. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope this, this deck was interesting for you guys. It was definitely a fun game. The games don't always go this well for this deck. I'm not saying, it's the greatest deck ever, but it's definitely fun, and I might do a deck profile on it if you guys, ask me enough for it. So make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe, and like, and I'll catch you later with some other videos.